anxious and all. Okay?
So, today's been a pretty bad day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What happened today?
What didn't happen today? Everything. From waking up this morning, and it's just always a mess, Had a really rough night last night at work, and had to wake up and catch up on a lot of notes this morning, and, nothing ever seems to... There's no time between having to do everything,
And how have you been feeling all that time?
Anxious. It's definitely anxious. It's always there. I don't think it ever kind of goes away. I feel like it's always, right here.
Yeah, we've been meeting a couple of times already, and it's something that you brought up I think every time, this anxiety. I feel anxious all the time. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Always anxious. How do you feel just right now?
I feel anxious, pretty much. Yeah.
I'm curious about what it means exactly for you, anxious. When I feel that I'm anxious, it means that, I don't know, my muscles are tense, for example, or I sometimes even have headaches. I'd like to hear a little more about what it means for you. What sensations, for example?
I feel like my heart's kind of beating a little bit fast. I feel tight all over.
Right now?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I feel it kind of all over. I feel like sometimes it starts back here, and I find myself touching it often.
Okay.
Like it starts off, usually starts off kind of back here, and I notice it, like even when I'm talking to somebody, and it's like I want it to go away, so I do these different things to kind of see if it calms down.
Do you feel it right now, neck?
Yeah.
Where exactly? Is it all over or a little bit?
It's like it's all over in here.
Okay.
This backside.
So you want to tell me a little more about this day that you've had yesterday? You said it was really tough, and today a little bit too.
Yeah. I just had a whole series of people that I had to see at work, and just nothing seemed to go right, and I was running behind and had a lot of, it just seems like I wasn't doing a good job, and it was just bad.
What job were you doing?
What
was a specific task that you
I'm
were?
a physical therapist.
Yeah. And what were you doing that was not satisfying? You said I was not doing a good job.
Well, I just feel like when this stuff starts up, and I notice myself feeling this, that like I don't feel like I'm focusing on my job very much.
Okay. How are you feeling right now?
Still.
What about the sensations in your body?
Still a little anxious. Kind of feel it here. Now I'm thinking about how bad of a job I did yesterday. So that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You mean that
No,
you start to feel
like it
something
comes up,
here?
like it comes up all the way up to here.
Okay.
Okay.
What about the heartbeat?
It's there.
It's there?
Yeah.
Is it same? Is it stronger? Is it lower than how you were feeling earlier?
I guess it's about the same.
Yeah. What about right now?
I guess it's a little bit lower, maybe. A little bit.
What about the sensation in your neck? Just right now.
It's just weird because I don't usually notice. It's like I'm trying to go and find it versus it finding me,
Yeah.
So, I guess it's there. It seems like it's always there.
It's always there, and the sensation is not always exactly the same. Is that what I hear? You seem to wonder a little bit if it was still there or if it...
I've never really noticed before. I guess it's always there.
It feels like these sensations, anxiety are there all the time. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to tell me a little more about your day? I'm gonna keep asking
Sure.
you this about how you feel right now.
Sure. So yeah, yesterday, it started off where they added a client. I wasn't supposed to go in until 2:30, and they added a client and called me when I was at lunch, telling me that I needed to come in early,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. I need more clients, but at the same time, it threw my whole day off. So then I couldn't relax during my lunch.
Okay.
I had to start speeding up. There were some things I had to get done, and so it started. I mean, I felt it, coming up, and I left. I went to work. I already felt like I wasn't really prepared. It was a new client, and it just felt like I wasn't even there, because then I'm thinking about the whole day and what's gonna be going on, and it just started from there. It got worse and worse and worse throughout the day.
How are you feeling right now? As we're talking about this day, you said it got worse and worse and worse.
I mean, right now I feel a little bit maybe calmer than before.
How does it feel to be calmer? What does that mean? Does that mean that your heartbeat is different?
I mean, it feels like it's a little bit slower than it was earlier. I haven't been noticing myself having to do that very much.
And as we talk about it, does that change the heartbeat? Is it the same? When we start to focus our attention?
I don't know.
on
It feels like almost when I notice it, it starts to, then I notice it. Does that make sense?
Does that mean that there's some change when you notice it?
It feels like when I notice it, usually when I notice it, I'm expecting it to be bad. So It's almost like when I notice it, I feel it kind of.
So do you mean that when we were talking about your day, you were noticing it less?
Yes.
Feeling it less too, or?
I guess because I wasn't noticing it. So it wasn't. Usually when I do these things, it's because it comes up. I notice it.
Okay.
Kind of.
I'm curious about how you feel in the other parts of your body right now.
My back's been killing me. Just haven't had time to do much, go to the gym or anything like that.
Okay.
Just tired.
Tired. Okay. That's another thing that you're feeling right now.
Yeah.
Tired. Okay. How does it feel to be tired? Sensations.
I feel like my legs are just not really engaged. They feel a little, I don't know, loose somewhat. I don't know. I just feel kind of blah.
Blah.
Yeah. Like just that this anxiety's always got me wound up like this, and for some reason when I get here, sometimes I just feel like I can let go of it a little bit.
So, let go a little bit here. Is that what's happening right now? Just right now?
A little
Let
bit,
go a
like
little
I kind of feel like, yeah, a little bit.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So you said anxious all the time, and I hear some variations a little bit, like here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like this is the least stressed I've been in a week.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting to notice these variations.